Meet Rahul and Arjun. Both have applied for the same job and finally it's interview day. Everything is going well until the interviewer opens Google Sheet and give them a simple task. Rahul completed confidently within few minutes, but Arjun has no idea where to start. The result, Rahul gets selected while Arjun missed the opportunity. And that is the reality today. Whether you are a student, a fresher or a working professional, Google Sheet has become a one of the most in-demand skill across almost every industry. It's not just a spreadsheet application. It helps you organize data, collaborate with your team in real time, create report and dashboard, and analyze data using powerful formulas and charts. That is why company expect candidate to have at least a basics understanding of Google Sheet, and it isn't difficult. You just need a right guidance. So if you are someone who worried about learning Google Sheet, don't worry. You are at the right place. So, hello everyone, my name is Shakti Sharma and I specialize in data analytics and data science. Welcome back to another amazing video. In this complete masterclass, I will teach you Google Sheet from basics to advanced in the simplest way possible. We will explore every important option available in Google Sheet and understand practical concepts that are commonly used in office and frequently asked in interview. By the end of this masterclass, you will have the confidence to use Google Sheet for your college project, office work, job interview, freelancing. So grab a notebook, open Google Sheet, and let's begin the amazing learning journey together. So friends, before we begin this video, let me ask you a simple question. Do you already have a Google account? If yes, type yes in the comment section. If not, don't worry at all. Just to follow the step shown on your screen to create your Google account. Once your Google account is ready, let's begin our journey and learn how to get started with Google Sheet. Now open your Google Chrome and sign in with your Google account. Alright, I have already signed in with my Google account. Now if you want to open Google Sheet, it is very simple guys. Simply you need to click on this icon available which is Google app. This icon is available beside your profile photo. Alright, once you click on Google app, here you will able to find all the different types of Google apps available. Like here we can see Google Drive, Gmail, YouTube, Gemini. In the same way, lot more options are available. So basically these are all the applications of Google. Now if you want to work on Google Sheet, it is very simple. Let me show you with the help of highlighter. Yes. Now I will be opening this Google Sheet. So once you click on Google Sheet, wait for few seconds. Here you will able to see the start page of Google Sheet. So this is the Google Sheet. Alright. And now let me show you guys. This is a blank spreadsheet. Let me highlight it. Yes. It is just like a blank workbook available in Microsoft Excel. And let me tell you guys, what are changes if you are making in Google Sheet, it will automatically save. Yes, it will automatically save. But in case of Microsoft Excel, we need to save it manually, right? We need to press Ctrl S to save the Excel workbook. But in case of Google Sheet, it will save automatically, which is very powerful. And in this video, I will show you different types of powerful features of Google Sheet. Just you need to watch this video till the end. And if you guys found this video helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any upcoming updates. Now this is the blank spreadsheet. Now here you can see different templates are available. Let me expand it. Yes, these are the different templates available. So basically these are the ready-made templates. Now let me go back to the gallery. Okay. And below you can see these are the recent file which I have worked. So here you can see all the recent file will be opened, right? Now let me show you guys. This is one method to open a Google Sheet. Let me insert one new tab. Now the second alternate way to open the Google Sheet is just you need to search sheets.google. Let me remove the highlighter. Yes, Google Google, google.com. Simply you need to search. Let me zoom in. sheets.google.com. This is alternate way of opening Google Sheet, and wait for few seconds. And finally you can see this is the Google Sheet. Let me show you one more alternate way of opening Google Sheet. Just you need to go to Google Drive. right? I have opened Google Drive. Now first you need to create one new folder, because whenever if you are creating any Google Sheet, it will save in Google Drive only. So with the help of this new icon, let me zoom in. Yes, from here you need to create a new folder. So right now what I will do, I will simply create a new folder. I will give the folder name as Google Sheets. Google underscore Sheets. Okay. A new folder is created successfully. Perfect. This is a Google Sheet folder created. Now let me show you guys. If you want to open Google Sheet, just you need to click on plus icon. You need to go inside the Google Sheet folder. Now click on plus icon, and here you can see Google Sheet option is available. I will simply click on Google Sheet. Once you click, wait for a few seconds, and finally a blank worksheet will be opened. Okay guys, let me close it. In the same way, what you can do is, let me cancel this. This is the Google Sheet, right? Yes. I hope you guys understood how to open a Google Sheet. Now what I will do, I will simply click on this Google Sheet. So once you click, the Google Sheet start page will open. I will just to go with this blank spreadsheet. Okay guys, just to click on blank spreadsheet, and finally this is the blank spreadsheet will open. Now here you can see this is the sheet name, which is untitled spreadsheet. So basically we need to first to save the Excel file. So basically this is a Google Sheet. We need to save this Google Sheet. So first I will change the name. It is very simple guys. Just you need to double click on this, and from here you can give the file name as, I will change the file name to Google underscore underscore sheets. So this is my first Google Sheet. Let me show you how it will automatically save. Let me zoom in. Right here we can see this is a star icon. Basically star means it will save as a favorite. So basically if you want to work mostly on this Google Sheet, you can make it as star. With this what will happen, we can easily access to this Google Sheet. If you want to save this Google Sheet, it is very simple guys. Just you need to simply click on move and wait for few seconds. Now it will ask you the location. I have already created one Google Sheet folder, right? Simply click on expand it. Okay. Now this is the folder. I will simply click on move, and finally the Google Sheet will be saved in this Google Sheet folder. So friends, in this way we can rename the file name. And if you want to see this Google Sheet, let me show you guys. I will simply go to Google Drive. Yes. Open the Google Drive. This is the Google Sheet folder, right? So once you click here, you will able to see the Google Sheet. I hope it is visible, right? Now whatever changes if you are making inside this Google Sheet, it will automatically save in this Google Sheet folder. This is very important guys. First you need to understand this concept. Okay. This workbook is completely blank. Now moving to rows and column. I think most of you already know these are columns available in Google Sheet, and these are the rows, right? It is just like the rows and column available in Microsoft Excel. The columns are represent with the vertical. These are the ABCD are known as column, and 1 2 3 4 are known as row, which are shown in horizontal. Now let me show you total number of rows and column available in Google Sheet. It is very simple. Press control right arrow. So once you press, oh no guys, look here. The Google Sheet have only Z column, which means only 26 column available in Google Sheet. But in case of Microsoft Excel, we have more than 26 column, right? I know total number of rows and column available in Microsoft Excel. If you guys know total number of rows and column, let me know in the comment section. Now you may be wondering, like, if our dataset contain more than 50 column, then how we can insert the data in this Google Sheet? Don't worry guys, there is one important option available. Simply you need to right click on the Z column. Here two different options are available. Insert one column to the left, insert one column to the right. I want to insert one more column. Let's suppose I will simply click on insert one column to right, and finally a new column will be insert, which is AA. I hope you guys understood how to insert the column. If you want to delete the column, it is very simple. Just right click on this, and from here you can delete the column. Okay guys, these are the different methods if you want to insert a column, if you want to delete the column. In the same way, let me show you guys. If you want to see total number of rows in this Google Sheet, it is very simple. Press control down arrow. Once you press, here you can see guys, This Google Sheet contain only 1000 rows. Let me zoom in and show to you. But in case of Microsoft Excel, we have more than 10 lakhs of rows, right? Now you might be wondering how we can add rows. If you do it manually like this, insert one row above or below. So what it will happen, it will be time consuming. Let's suppose I want to add uh, 10,000 rows. So what you can do is, here we can see one option is available, add. So here instead of 1000, I will simply take here 10,000. Okay. Now simply click on add. Once you click add, so guys, finally 10,000 rows are added successfully. So with the help of this add option, you can add more rows at the bottom. I hope you guys understood. Now I will simply go to the first row, right. If you want to insert a new sheet, it is very simple. Simply you need to click on this plus icon available. Okay. So with the help of this option, new sheet will be added successfully, which is sheet 2. I hope you guys understood. If you want to delete, simply right click on this, and with the help of this option you can delete the sheet. Let me show you. Now it will ask you a question. Are you sure you want to delete this sheet? Click OK. Finally the sheet will be deleted. In the same way, let me add one more sheet. Right. This is the sheet 3. Now let's suppose if you want to change the sheet name, simply you need to right click on this. Here you can see this is the duplicate of the sheet. If you want to copy this sheet, you can copy either in new spreadsheet or existing spreadsheet. I will simply rename this. I will give the sheet name as demo. Okay guys, I change the sheet name with demo. In the same way, if you want to change the color, you can just go with this option available, and finally the sheet color will change. I will take this red color. Okay. The next option is protect the sheet. I will explain later on. Next we have the hide sheet. Let's suppose if you want to hide this sheet 1, it is very simple. Simply click on hide sheet, and finally the sheet 1 is hidden. Now let's suppose if you want to see the sheet 1, it is very simple guys. Just to go to view tab. This is the view icon available, right? Go to view, and from here you can see the hidden sheets. This is sheet 1. If you want to unhide, simply click on unhide. You can click on show. Now finally the sheet 1 will be shown here. So basically it is unhide. If you want to see all the sheet in a single place, it is very simple guys. Simply you need to click on all sheet icon available. Okay. Simply click, and here you can see both sheets are available, sheet 1 and demo. If you want to go to sheet 1, you can simply click on this option. So basically with the help of this, you can navigate to different sheet, which is completely amazing. Up, down like this. Okay. Now let me zoom out. Now let's see how we can enter the data. So first, I think most of you already know these are known as cells, right? And these are known as range. The collection of cells are known as range. Now let me show you guys how you can zoom into Excel. So basically how you can zoom into this Google Sheet. It is very simple. There is one icon available. So basically this is one option available. With the help of this option, what I will do, I will simply expand this, and you need to simply click on 200%, right? So once you click on 200%, the size of the cells will increase. Okay. Now what I will do, I will insert the data one by one. So basically here I will be taking the student data. Like I will take student serial number, student name, and the subject marks, subject 1, 2 and 3. Now let's see guys how we can do this. So first I will take here serial number. I think recording working, yes. Serial number. Next I will give the student name, yes. Next subject 1, okay. Subject 2, perfect. And next I will be taking subject 3, right. Here I have taken 5 different column: serial number, name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. Alright. Now I will enter the data. Here I will enter only 5 student record. So what I will do, I will simply write 1. So once you click enter, here you can see 1 is entered, right. So basically it is a numeric value, so the alignment will be at the right hand side, and this is a test value. The alignment will be left hand side. I think most of you already know. If you are working in Excel, you know already what is test as well as what is number. Now I will enter 2. In the same way, what I will do guys, just I will select this, and simply I will drag with the help of this fill handle. Look here guys, this is plus icon available. I will drag in this way. Now here I will be entering the student name. So the first student I will enter Shakti. I am a student, okay, Shakti. Next I will enter here Rakesh. 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 Next I will enter Dilip. Dilip is a student. Next Nasima. And next I will enter here Rohit. So guys, these are the 5 students' name. Now we gonna assign the subject marks for each student one by one. So what I will do, instead of wasting time, I will be using here random between formula. Okay, this is a random between formula. It will generate randomly number between low and high value. The low value I will take 20, high value I will take 100. Close the bracket and click enter. So guys, finally a random number will appear 34. Okay. In the same way, I will simply drag it. Perfect. You can see the numbers will automatically come, right? So finally, we can see random numbers are generated. Now let me tell you one important point. Let's suppose whenever if you are making any changes in the cell, so what will happen? This value will automatically change. So what I will do, I don't want to change this value. So what I gonna do is I will simply copy this, Control C. Now click on this, right click on this, go to paste special, or what you can do is just to go to edit. So under edit there is one option paste special. Okay guys, under edit there is one option paste special. From here I will simply select this values only. So what will happen, the formula will remove and you can see only the values. Okay, in the formula bar we can only see the value instead of showing the formula. Now whenever if you make any changes inside the cell, there will be no update. I hope you guys understood. Now I gonna calculate total marks for each student. It is very simple. I will give the title as total marks. Perfect. So here I will be using some formula if you want to add the values. So here I will use equal to sum. So guys, look here, whenever if I am writing equal to sum, what actually the Google Sheet will do, it will automatically select the range. The range is from C2 cell, D2 cell, E2 cell. So basically it will select C2 colon E2. Let me zoom in. Perfect. Now simply you need to click enter and finally you can see the total marks for student Shakti. Okay. In the same way you can use the fill handle and finally we can see the total marks for each student. So this is the power of using the sum formula, which is an arithmetic function. In the same way guys, you can find the minimum marks, maximum, average marks for each student. I think most of you already know these are very simple formulas. Equal to minimum, equal to maximum. Okay, in the same way equal to average. Now let's see how we can adjust the column width. If you notice carefully, the column width is not properly adjusted. If you do it in this way, it will be time consuming, right? But let me show you one powerful trick. First you need to select all the columns. Okay, select all the columns. Now you need to keep your cursor between any two columns. Between the column, keep your cursor and double click on this. It's completely amazing, right? Finally the column width will be adjusted. Now let's suppose guys, if you want to change the font, it is very simple. Just you need to click on this option available. From here you can select any different font according to your convenience. Okay, so right now I will undo it. Perfect. If you want to increase the font size, with the help of this option you can increase the font size. I hope you guys are understanding. Make sure you practice along with me. In the same way, if you want to make it bold, you can make it bold in this way. Let me unbold. Okay, I will make it bold for the heading. Right, it is perfect. If you want to make it italic, you can simply click on this option. In the same way, if you want to strike, just to go with this option guys. So basically I will explain each and every option step by step, because when you are going for an interview, all this concept is very important. Okay guys, now let's suppose if you want to change the font, if you want to change the font color, you can just go with this option. From here I will select red color. Now let's suppose if you want to fill, so what you need to do is simply click on this option. From here you can fill any different color. I will be selecting this color. Perfect. Now in this way you can fill the color. Now let's see guys how you can use the border for this data. Press Ctrl A. Here we can see border option is available. Okay, let's click on border. From here different borders are available. All border, inside border. So basically these are different borders are available. I will simply click on all border. I want to apply the border for this complete table. So guys, finally the border is applied. Now let's suppose I want to give the title as student detail for this table. So first I need to add one new row, right? I will simply click on insert one row above. So what will happen? A new row will be inserted. Now here I will give the title as student detail. So guys, look here, I have given the title. I will change the font color. From here I will select different color. I will be taking this color. Perfect. Now here you can see guys. So basically it is not proper, right? I want to make it merge. So I want to bring the student detail on the top of this table at the center. So what you need to do is you need to merge all the cell. Now simply go with this option available beside the border. I will simply click on merge all. So once you click merge all, finally here you can see guys, all the cells are merged. Now what you can do is you can give the center alignment. I will simply go with this option horizontal alignment. Perfect. So guys, this is how you can give the title as well as you can merge the cell and you can give the alignment. I will change the color, fill color. I will take white color. So guys, let me give you one important information. If you are a beginner and if you want to become an expert in Microsoft Excel, I have already uploaded one video on complete Microsoft Excel from basics to advanced level. In that video, I have explained each and every concept from detail from basics to advanced level. All the practice files are given in the description below. And if you want to really change your life, then you need to watch that video. The link is given in the description below. Now moving to the next option is vertical align, right? So let's see guys. So first what I will do, let's suppose I will increase the height of this row. So here I will be increasing the height in this way. Perfect. Now let's suppose if you want to show the student detail on the top, like you can give the alignment vertically, either top, center or bottom. From here you can take it as top. Now it is perfect in this way. In the same way, if you want to take it center, you can take center and you can take at the bottom also. I hope you guys understood, right? So this is how you can do the vertical alignment. Now what I gonna do is I will take it center and I will decrease the height of the row. Perfect. Now let's see guys, what is the test wrapping. I think most of you already know what is test wrapping. So here what I will do, I will simply take here student detail, copy this, I will paste it over here, right? Now let's suppose guys, if you notice carefully, the student detail is going in two different columns, right? Let's suppose I want to show the student detail in a single cell only. So what I can do is I can simply go with this option test wrapping. So once I click on this wrap option, right. Now if you notice carefully, the entire test is came in the single cell only. In the same way, if you want overflow, you can take it as overflow. If you want clip, you can delete like this. So basically now it will not visible. If you click only in the formula bar, you will able to see the complete student detail test. Now let's suppose guys, if you want to rotate the test, it is very simple. Just to go with the test rotation option available. I want to tilt up. Wow, it's completely amazing guys. Look here. You can see how it is rotating, right? In the same way, you can follow different options are available. If you want to rotate in this way, perfect. If you want 90-degree or different degree, you can take according to your convenience. So what I gonna do is I will simply take it as none. Now I will simply delete this. Now let's see how we can give the number formatting. Here I have taken one amount column. So these are the amount. Now let's suppose I want to show this amount in Indian rupees. It is very simple guys. Just to go to format option available. Okay. Go to numbers. These are the number option. Now once you click on number, different options are available. Like here you can convert into number, percentage, scientific, accounting, financial, currency, date, time and lot more. So what I gonna do is I will simply click on currency option. So once you click, so guys, here we can see the number is converted into currency, but it is not Indian currency. So what we gonna do is again go to format, click on number. Now go to custom currency. So here you need to search Indian. Okay, Indian rupees. Finally, we can see the Indian rupee. Click on apply. Perfect. Now we can see the Indian symbol is apply. Now it is shown as Indian rupees. If you want to do few more setting, like if you want to reduce the decimal places, just you can go with this option, decrease decimal places. Let me show to you guys. Yes, so with the help of this option you can decrease the decimal places. Perfect. If you want to apply the percentage, you can apply the percentage. If you want to change the currency, with the help of this option also you can change the currency. Look here guys, so this is how you can do the formatting. Let me undo it, Control Z. Perfect. Now look here guys, if you want to give the formatting, what you can do is just to select the cell. Now here we can see one option is available, paint format. So this is a paint format option. It is also available in Microsoft Excel. Now bring this paint format on this amount cell, and guys finally we can see the formatting is done. So this is how we can save our time. Now let me show you guys how you can insert a hyperlink. I will take example of Google. Okay. So this is a Google. Now what I will do, I will simply click on this option, insert link option available. Either you can press one shortcut key Control K, or you can click on this option available. I will click on this. Now you need to paste the link. I think most of you already know that the link of Google is google.com. Now click on apply. Once you click on apply, here we can see guys the link is activated. Now let's suppose if I click on this cell, so guys finally the Google is open. So this is how you can add the hyperlink in Google Sheet. I hope you guys understood. In the same way, if you want to make any changes, like if you want to modify this link, it is very simple. No need to delete it. Simply you need to click on edit link. From here you can edit the link. I hope you guys understood. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you are facing any problem, let me know in the comment section. Now let's see guys how we can add a comment. So what I will do, let's suppose I want to add here comment. So here you can see one option is available, insert comment. Look here. Yes. So here we can see the shortcut key also. I will simply click on this option. Now with the help of this comment, we can add any comment like maximum. I will type here maximum marks. Okay. Click on commit. So basically when you share this file to someone else, what will happen? The person can easily see the comment, and the comment is this is the maximum marks of Shakti for this particular subject, right? In the same way you can add the comment according to you. I hope you guys are understanding. Now moving to the next option is insert chart. Here we can see there is one option, insert chart. Let's suppose if you want to insert the chart on this particular data. So first let me remove this comment. So what I will do, I will simply delete the comment with the help of this option. Yes, delete the comment. Okay. So guys, now let's suppose I want to create a chart on this particular data, name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. It is very simple. Simply you need to click on this insert chart option available. Let's click, and finally guys, look here. We have created a chart successfully. It is completely amazing, right? If you want to give the formatting, you can give. At the right hand side you can see one pane is activated, chart editor. Okay, from here you can change the chart type. Let's suppose if I click on this chart type, I hope you guys are understanding. That is the reason I am telling that you need to practice along with me, because when you practice only you will understand. Okay. Now this is the standard, none, and 100%. If you click on 100%, it will show you 100%. I will simply click on standard. Now this is the range it has selected. Let's suppose in future if the range is increased, so you can change the range with the help of this option available. Right now the range is B1 to E7. Okay. So this is the X axis where you can see the name, and here we can see the series are subject 1, 2 and 3. The blue color is, let me highlight it. The blue color is subject 1. Okay. And the red color is subject 2. This is red color, and the yellow color is this one, subject 3. I hope you guys understood. So what I gonna do is, here we can see use first row as header, use column B as label. Let's suppose if you want to switch rows and column, you can just go with this option. Now the rows and column is switched, but it is not looking perfect. So what I gonna do is I will simply off this. Now if you want to customize this chart, it is very simple. Go to customize, Now from here you can change the chart style. Let's suppose if you want to change the background of this, you can change with the help of this option. You can change the border color and you can see maximize 3D, really powerful. In the same way you can change the chart and axis title. If you want to change, you can just to go with this option. You can see the series also. Basically if you want to change the color of the series, you can change the color. And next we have the legend. If you want to show the legend, you can show either left, right in this way according to your convenience. And next we can change the color also. These are the horizontal axis, vertical axis, and these are the grid lines. I hope you guys understood. These are all the customization you can do. So what I will do, I simply select this little bit down. Now let's see guys how we can print this complete Excel sheet. I will go to file, click on print option available. Okay. Either you can click on print or you can use one shortcut key Control P. Right. Here we can see at the left hand side, this is the print preview. So whenever if you are printing this data, so your data will be shown in this way. Okay. So basically this is the output how your sheet will be printed. So here we can see the grid lines as well as we can see the data. Let me show you. This is the data amount column and this is the hyperlink. Also we can see the chart. But I don't want to show this all grid line. I want to show only this particular table. So what you need to do is just to follow the steps whatever I am telling. At the right hand side, this is the panel available. This is actually current sheet. I want to print only selected cell. So basically let's suppose I want to print only the student detail. So what I will do, I will just to go with this option. So first let me cancel this. I will select this data. Okay, select the cell, press Ctrl P. Now instead of current sheet, I will just to go with the selected cell. So once you click on selected cell, it is completely amazing guys. Now you can see only this particular table will be printed. In the same way, if you want to change the paper size, like here by default it will show you A4 size. If you want to print in A3, A5, if you want to print in portrait, you can just go with this option. Your data will be printed in this way, portrait format. Okay. With the help of this option, you can give the margin. If you want to select the margin as normal, you can click on normal. If you want narrow, you can click on narrow. If you want wide, you can click on wide in this way. Alright. Now we will go with the formatting. I don't want to show the grid line. So what I gonna do is I will simply off the grid line with this option. Now look here guys, the grid line will remove. Let me on the grid line. The grid line will shown here. I don't want to show the grid line. I will off this. If you want, let me show you with the help of this option. I will simply select current sheet. Now here we can notice guys, there is no grid line available. So with the help of this option, you can off the grid line. I hope you guys are understanding. If you want to show the note, you can show the note. I will simply off the note and I want to print only the selected cell. Now this is the alignment. So basically it is horizontally center. I will click on left. It will move to left. In the same way, it is vertical. Right now it is on top only because we can see it is top. If you want to take it center, sorry bottom, you can take it bottom. If you want at center, you can click on center. And these are the header and footer. So what I will do, now this is header and footer. Let me zoom in guys. So with the help of header and footer, if you want to add a page number, you can add the page number. The page number will insert. In the same way, if you want to add the workbook title, which is the title name. If you want to add the sheet name, you can add the sheet name, which is demo. If you want to add the current date will appear here. In the same way, if you want to add the current time will also appear. So what you can do is you can click on next. And finally, with the help of this option, you can print your Google Sheet. So right now, I will simply cancel this. I hope you guys understood how to print the Google Sheet. Now let me show you guys how you can share this Google Sheet. First, click on File. Here we can see Share option available. Click on Share with others. Right, you need to enter the mail ID of that particular person to whom you want to share this file. And from here, you need to give the restriction. So basically right now it is restricted. I want to show with anyone with this link. Anyone on the internet with this link can view your Google Sheet, and you can copy the link. So first you need to enter the mail ID of that particular person. So from here I will select the mail ID. Now you need to enter the message. So here I will give the message as my first Google Sheet. Now simply you need to click on send. So once you click on send, the file will be sent. Now let me tell you guys what is the benefit of sharing this Google Sheet. So basically what will happen, the mail ID which I have entered, that person and the person who is working on this particular sheet, which is I. So basically we both can work on this particular same Google Sheet. So whatever changes either he is making or I am doing in this Google Sheet, it will update automatically in both the sheet, which is completely amazing. But whereas in case of Microsoft Excel, it is not possible. So basically if you share the Excel file with someone else, the person can make the changes and it will not update automatically. But in case of Google Sheet, it is possible, guys. That is the reason most of the companies now prefer Google Sheet to do daily tasks. They will use mostly Google Sheet. Let me show you few more options available. Let's suppose if you want to open any particular Excel workbook, you can just to open with this option. If you want to import the Excel workbook from the drive, you can import. If you want to make a copy, you can make. If you want to share, as I already shown you, if you want to email, you can mail it. If you want to download as Excel workbook or ODS or PDF, HTML, lot more options are available, guys. Just you need to go through it. If you want to rename, you can rename. If you want to move, you can move. And this is move to bin, and lot more options are available, guys. Now take the example of this data set. Whenever I'm scrolling the data, so basically what is happening, the column heading is not visible, which is first row. Now without the column heading, you will not able to understand what are the data available in all the columns. Now basically what you need to do is you need to freeze the first row. Now let me show you one amazing trick how you can freeze the first row. It is very simple. Just you need to expand this thick line available. So once you expand, and finally the first row is freeze, here you can see the thick line available. Okay, wow, it's completely amazing, guys. Look here. Now we can easily understand the data. In the same way, let's suppose if you want to freeze the first column, which is product ID. Right now here you can see we are not able to see the column. So basically we are not able to see the row, what is the detail of the row. In the same way you can freeze for the column also in this way. So guys, this is the power of freezing. This is a shortcut key. You can take help of this shortcut key. If you want to see alternate way of freezing, let me show you. Just to go to view tab. Okay, sorry, view option. Click on freeze. If you want to freeze no row, click on no row. If you want to freeze only first row or two rows up to row 11, no column, one column. So with the help of this option, you can freeze, guys. Let me click on one row. So guys, this is how you can freeze. I hope you guys understood. I will simply click on no row. In the same way, you can go with the column also. So these are the option available. I have selected two column. This is how you can understand the freezing. Now let me show you guys. If you want to give the formatting for this table, it is very simple. First you need to select the table, press Ctrl A, go to format option, click on alternate color, alternating colors. So once you click at the right hand side, you can see one panel will be activated. From here you can select the design according to you, and you can change the colors also, header, column 1, column 2. In this way I will simply click on done, and finally the formatting is looking perfect, right? Now let's see how we can do the sorting and filtering for this complete data. Now let's suppose if you want to filter this data, here you can see one option is available, create filter. Alright, let's click on filter, and finally the filter is added on all the columns. Now what I will do, let's suppose I want to filter only electronic category. I will expand the filter, and from here I will select only the electronic. So what I will do, I will uncheck this all. If you want, you can clear all in this way. Clear. I will select the electronic, click OK. So guys, finally the filter is applied. You can see only the electronic record. Now let me show you one powerful trick, guys. First you need to select the data. I will go with this filter view option, click on create filter view, right? Now what I will do, I will apply the filter. So from here I will click on clear all. I will select the electronic, click OK. Now finally we can see the electronic record only. Now I will save view. So once you save view, you need to name this view. I will give the name as electronics, electronics. Electronics, click on save, and finally now it is saved. Now what I will do, I will simply cancel this, exit. Now from here I will clear the filter. I will select all, click OK. Now this is the original data we have, right? Now let's suppose if I want to see only the electronic record, I will simply click on this electronic. So guys, finally we can see the electronic filter. In the same way, if I want to see the original table, I will simply exit view. So here we can see the original table. So this is the power of using this filter view, guys. So basically no need of applying the filter each time. We can save the filter as filter view. So just by clicking on the filter view, we can see the complete record of that particular data. I hope you guys understood. If you guys understood, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, because it motivates me to bring such more amazing videos. Now let's suppose if you want to sort the cost price in descending order, it is very simple, guys. Sort Z to A. So once you click on Z to A, finally the cost price column will be sorted. So basically you can see the entire data will be sorted according to cost price in descending order. In the same way, you can sort according to ascending order. Sorry. Let's suppose if you want to sort the product name, just to go with this option in ascending order. Now finally it will be sorted in ascending order. So basically different options are available if you want to sort. If you want to sort by color, you can sort. And here we can see filter by color, filter by condition, filter by value. I hope you guys understood. If you want to remove the filter, it is very simple. Simply click on filter. The filter is remove. Now let's suppose I want to highlight only the marks which are greater than 75. So what you need to do is you need to apply the conditional formatting. It is very simple. Go to format tab. Here we can see under format tab conditional formatting. Alright. Click on conditional formatting. At the right hand side the formatting pane will appear, conditional format cell. Apply to range. Okay. Now these are the format rule. Right now it is not empty. So from here what I will do, I will take greater than. Okay. I want to show greater than 75. I want to highlight only the greater than 75 marks cell. So guys, here we can see only the marks which are greater than 75 cell will be highlighted. In the same way, you can change the color with the help of this option. So basically these are the green color I will select, because these are the passing student. If you want to make it bold, you can make it bold. I hope you guys understood how to highlight it. In the same way, let's suppose I will click on done. Finally it is done. Let's suppose I want to show less than 75. So what I need to do is select the data. Now click on add another rule. Okay. From here you can select less than or equal to 75, because I have applied for greater than 75, right? So from here I will select the red color. I will select this lighter red. Okay. Click OK. So guys, in this way you can do the conditional formatting if you want to highlight any particular cell based on your condition. Now let me show you one more example of conditional formatting. So first here we can see the conditional formatting is already applied. If you want to delete from here, you can delete in this way. Okay. Now click on add a new rule. So basically from here you can apply different condition like is empty, is not empty, test contain, date is before, after. I think most of you already know what is the use of conditional formatting. If you already know the Microsoft Excel, right? Now look here guys. Here we can see these are the Excel, Python, Power BI, Python and SQL. So basically what I will do, first I will add the check boxes which is available in Google Sheet. So just to go to insert tab. Now under insert tab there is one option tick box, which are nothing but check boxes. I will apply the check boxes for all the Excel, Power BI and Python SQL skills. So basically it is a task I will take. It is task and it is whether it is completed or not. Okay. Completed slash not. Now let's suppose if you are practicing Excel, I will simply check this option. Let's suppose if you completed Excel course, I will simply check this option. So basically what should happen? So whenever I will check this option, this Excel should be strike. Okay. So basically I want to strike this Excel. In the same way, if the Python course is completed, the Python should be strike. So what you can do is you can apply the conditional formatting. Yes, it is possible. So first let me give the formatting. I will apply the same formatting for this. Now let's apply the conditional formatting. Select the range, go to format, click on conditional formatting. Now from here, let me show you, click on add a new rule. Okay, this is the range is selected. Now from here, you need to click on this custom formula. Okay guys, click on custom formula. Now you need to enter the formula. The formula what I will enter is equal to, you need to select the cell. So basically it is the cell. The cell is C12, right? I will take here C12. If C12 equal to true, TRUE. If the C12 is equal to true, now what I will do, I will simply strike it. Let me check this option. Right. So guys, this is how you can do the conditional formatting. I can change the color from here. I will select this red color not. I will select different color from here. Okay. It is perfect. In the same way, if I select this option, it is also coming. This one, this one. So guys, finally we can see the conditional formatting is applied, which is completely amazing, right? Now let me show you one more amazing trick. So first what I will do, I will delete this cell is not empty. Click OK. OK. Now I will apply the conditional formatting for this. I will go to add another new rule. Here we can see the color scale, right? I will simply click on color scale. From here I will select the minimum color. The minimum color I will select is red color, and the maximum color I will select is green color, which is this one. And once you click OK, and here you can see the color scaling for this complete data, which are for marks, right? If you see the light green color, it is the highest marks. Wherever you found dark red color, which is minimum marks. I hope you guys understood how you can apply the conditional formatting. It is very simple, just you need to practice. Now let's suppose guys, if you want to enter the values in this particular cell between 0 and 100, it is possible with the help of data validation. Let's suppose if you enter 105, so this cell should not contain the 105 value, it should show the warning. It is possible with the help of data validation. Go to data option. Here we can see data validation option, right? Click on data validation, add a new rule. Okay, the range is selected. Here you can see the drop down is created. From here, I will select this between option is between. I will enter the value as 0, and here I will enter the value as 100. Okay. Next, it will show you the advanced option, which are show help test for selected cell. If you check this option, it will show enter a number between 0 and 100. If data is valid, show a warning, reject input. Now let me show you guys. Let's click on done. Finally, the data validation is applied. Now I will enter the value. I will enter 25. Click enter. No problem. Enter 90. No problem. If I enter 150, look here guys. It has given the warning which is invalid. Let me zoom in. Input must be a number between 0 and 100. So basically it has taken the number, but it is giving the warning. Now what you can do is just to go to data, click on data validation. Now here you can see this one, right? So just check the option, click on advanced option. Basically right now it is showing the warning and it is taking the value also. So what I will do, I will simply click on reject the input, click done. Now what I will do, I will simply delete this. Okay. Now let's suppose if I enter any different value, I will enter 120. It will give pop-up. There was a problem. The data you entered in cell G4 violate the data validation rule set on this cell. So basically now it will not able to take the value which is not available in the data validation, which we have given the condition, right? The value should be only between 0 and 100. So basically now it will not accept this value. But if you check that option, let me show you again, format data validation. Okay, data validation. So this is the advanced option. If you check this option, show a warning. So basically what will happen, it will show only the warning. It will show only the warning, but it will accept the value. I hope you guys are understanding. So this is the use of data validation. Now in the same way, if you want to show the drop down list, like what we can say is, I will go to demo sheet. Okay. Now what I will do, I will simply write here pass. For example, I will type here pass. Just for example, look here guys, pass and fail. Now let's suppose I want to show you a pass and fail. Just for example, I want to show pass and fail. So what you can do is, if you type here manually in this way, it will be time consuming. So instead of this, first you need to select the range. Select the range, go to data, data validation, click on add a new rule. Now instead of drop down, simply click on drop down from range. Now you need to select the range. Our range will be this one, pass and fail. Now click OK. And finally click OK guys. Now look at the magic here. Wow, it's completely amazing, right? So this is how you can take help of data validation to save your time. I hope you guys are understanding. So this is the power of using data validation. If you guys are understanding, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. And if you are facing any problem, let me know in the comment section. Now let's see how we can insert the image in this Google Sheet. It is very simple. Click on insert. Now here we can see image option is available. Okay. Either if you want to insert the image in a single cell, or if you want to insert an image over the cell, I will simply click on insert an image in the cell. So basically let's browse the image. I will select my image. Okay. Wait for a few seconds. And now look here guys, the image is looking very small. So basically when I increase the height of the cell only, then only the image size will increase, or else it will not increase. Now let's suppose instead of showing the image inside the cell, if you want to show on the cell, so what you can do is just look here, click on insert, go to image, click on insert an image over the cell. So basically now what will happen, the image will be over the cell. Now the image will not be inside the cell, it will be over the cell. So guys, this is how you can take your image on. So basically you can shift your image, you can place your image anywhere inside the Google Sheet. I hope you guys understood. But if you take the image inside the cell, it will show inside the cell only. But if you take in this way over the cell, you can adjust according to you. So now let's see how you can protect the sheet. Let's suppose I want to protect this sheet. It is very simple. Right click on this, go to protect sheet, or you can go to view option, and from here, sorry, not view, you need to go to data. From here you can see protect sheet and range. Click on protect sheet, add a protect sheet. You can see this is the range, right? So right now it is a range. I want to protect the complete sheet. I will click on complete sheet. From here I will select the sheet. The sheet is demo, I will select. Okay. Click on set permission, range editing permission. Show a warning when editing this range. Restrict who can edit this range. So basically whenever if person is editing the range, he should be restricted. If you want, you can give the permission also. So these are the person who can access to this particular sheet. If you want to uncheck, you can uncheck with this option available, and you can click on done. So guys, now we can see the demo sheet is protected, right? Now the person will not able to make any changes inside the demo sheet. In the same way, if you want to edit the permission, simply click on this option. From here you can change the permission. Alright, you can change the permission, as well as if you want to delete, you can simply delete from here, right? Remove. Now the protect sheet is removed. I hope you guys understood how you can lock the sheet. Let me cancel this. Now let's suppose I want to remove the duplicate category. I want only the unique record. So what I will do, I will select the data, go to data, click on data cleanup. Now from here you can click on remove duplicate. Okay. Now it will ask you one question, remove duplicate. Data as a header row. Yes, it has header row. Now I want to analyze according to column, category column, right? I will uncheck this selector, click on column C category, click on remove duplicate. So guys, finally you will get only the 4 category which are unique. So basically the remaining records are removed. So here I have one category data. Now let's suppose I want to find only the unique category. So if you remove the data, so basically if you remove the duplicate value in this way manually, it will be time consuming, right? So what you can do is, if you want to fetch only the unique record, you can take help of unique function. Now let me tell you guys, this unique function is available in Google Sheet as well as latest version of Microsoft Excel and 365. If you are using the oldest version of Microsoft Excel, this function is not available. So what you can do is you can practice in Google Sheet. Alright. Now you need to select the range. My range is this one. Okay. I have selected the range, comma. If you want to give the column, you can give, but right now I have only single column. So I will neglect it. Click enter. So guys, finally we can see under category there are only 4 different categories, right? So all the duplicate values are removed and you will get the unique value. So this is the power of using the unique formula. Now let's suppose guys, here I have one data set. I want to filter the data dynamically. So basically, let's suppose I want to filter the category data. I will copy this category, I will paste it over here, and these are the lifestyle, furniture, these all, right? So let's suppose I will copy this lifestyle, I will paste it over here. Now I want the complete record of lifestyle category only. So what you can do is you can take help of filter function. Yes. So with the help of filter function, you can get the complete record of the filter which you are applying. So this function is available only in the Google Sheet and the latest version of Microsoft Excel. It is not available in the old version. So make sure you need to practice in Google Sheet. Okay. Now you need to select the range. So what I will do, I will select the range. I will select the complete range in this way. So before going to explain this formula, let me tell you guys, first you need to copy this column. Copy the column heading, paste it over here. Right. Now you need to enter the formula. The formula is filter formula. Yes. Enter the formula, select the range. The range is this one. You need to select the range. Yes, range is selected, comma. Now you need to give the condition. What is the condition? If in the category column, if there is lifestyle, so here I will use equal to, and I will simply select the cell which is lifestyle. Close the bracket, and once you hit enter, it's completely amazing guys. You will see the lifestyle record, right? If you want, let me zoom out little bit. Yes. Now we can see the filter record of lifestyle category. I hope you guys understood. In the same way, what I will do, I will copy this furniture. I will paste it over here. Completely dynamic. This is how you can take help of filter function. So guys, now we will see the sort function, which is very simple. If you want to sort this complete data according to category column, so instead of using this filter and sort, we can use one sort function. So first what I will do, I will copy the column heading, I will paste it over here. Right. Now here we will be using the sort function. Press tab on keyboard. Now it will ask you arguments. Select the range. The range I will select is this one. Okay, selected range, comma. Now I want to sort according to third column, which is category column. Enter the column number, which is 3, comma. Let me zoom in. Now either if you want to sort in ascending or descending. If you want to sort in ascending, you need to type here true. So what I will do guys, let me, okay. I will be type here true. TRUE. Now let's suppose I want to sort in ascending order according to category column. So guys, finally the data is sorted in ascending order according to category E, F, L, S. Here you can compare the record, right? So this is how with the help of sort function, you can sort the entire record. And in the same way guys, let me double click on this. If you want to sort any different column, let's suppose I want to sort fifth column, I will click enter. Finally, the data will be sorted according to cost price in ascending order. I hope you guys understood this dynamic functions which are very important. If you want to generate the report from the data, it is possible with the help of pivot table only. So basically with the help of pivot table, you can summarize your data easily. So let me show you guys. Click on insert. Now here we can see pivot table option available. Simply click on pivot table. The range is already selected A1 to F13. I want to create a pivot table in new worksheet. I will just to go with this option. Click on create. And finally a new worksheet will be inserted. Now here we can see guys, this is completely blank pivot table. Here we need to insert the row. These are the columns, and here we can see the value. Right now it is completely blank. At the right hand side we can see the pivot table editor field. I hope you guys can see the screen, right? These are the search and these are the sheet. So basically the pivot table is very important because whenever if you are going for an interview, the interviewer may ask you to create a pivot table in Google Sheet, which is very compulsory. You need to understand. Now I want to summarize according to category wise total selling price. So what I will do, I will simply click on add for row, and from here I will select the category. Look here guys, this is very important. I will select the category. So guys, finally the category is inserted in the row. Now I will go with the value option, click on add. I want to summarize the category according to selling price. So guys, finally the pivot table is created, which is category wise sum of selling price. I hope you guys understood how to create a pivot table. In the same way, if you want to add the column also, let's suppose I will add the column according to brand. I will simply click on brand. Here we can see the brand will be inserted, but it is not looking perfect. So what I will do, I will remove the brand from here. Sorry, it is brand, and from here I will select the product name. Click on product name. Okay, not proper. So what we will do guys, in the row I will add the product name. Perfect. Now you will get the pivot table according to product name wise sum of selling price. In the column I will be inserting the category. Now it is completely perfect. It is two-dimensional pivot table where you can see the rows, categories, and these are the values. This is how you can create a pivot table. I hope you guys understood. Now let's see what is the use of VLOOKUP function. So here I have taken one new data which contain employee ID column, department column, city column, salary column, employee name. I think most of you already know what is the use of VLOOKUP. If you know, let me know in the comment section. If you don't know, don't worry guys. Because when you are going for an interview, in interview, most of the interviewer may ask you the VLOOKUP formula as well as XLOOKUP function. I will explain both the function in detail, just you need to watch this video till the end. So what I need to do is, look here, my task is to, so basically the interviewer may give you this data set. If we give you the employee ID, I have already created the drop down list of the employee ID which is available in the first column. Now from this employee ID, so basically with the help of this employee ID, I want to find the employee name. So basically I want to extract the employee name based on this employee ID which is available in the first column. Now what you need to do is you need to take help of VLOOKUP function. I think most of you already know. It will search the value in the leftmost column of a table and return the value from the right column of the table. Now first you need to click on search. What is the search key? This is the lookup value. Select the cell, comma. Now you need to select the range. What is our range? I will select the range. I will simply select this entire table. Or what you can do is you can select the table in this way. Okay. Comma. Now you need to give index. Index is nothing but the column which you want to return. The column is fifth column employee, right? I will simply type here 5. Now close the bracket. I hope it is visible. Let me zoom in. Yes. So this is the H2 which is lookup value, range, and this is the index which is the column which we want to return. Let me zoom out. Don't know what it is happening. Yes. Let's click enter. Wow, it's completely amazing. Here we can see the employee name is Ira Reddy. I think it is perfect. Yes, it is perfect guys. Make sure to like this video. Now look here guys, if I select any particular employee ID, it will update instantly, right? This is how the VLOOKUP function works. I hope you guys understood. Now let's see one example of XLOOKUP function. Here I have taken the employee name which is the fifth column. Okay. Now I want to find the city which is at the third column. Okay. Now here is one point. If you want to fetch the city of this particular employee name, it is not possible with the help of VLOOKUP function. Why? Because the VLOOKUP function works from left to right. But if you want to fetch the value from right to left, it is possible with the help of XLOOKUP function. I hope you guys are understanding. So basically with the help of XLOOKUP function, we can fetch the value if our value is from either right to left or left to right. Now let me tell you guys, if you are using the oldest version of Microsoft Excel, the XLOOKUP function will not work. So make sure you practice in Google Sheet. Okay. Here I will be using XLOOKUP function. This function is very simple to understand. Sorry, this is the XLOOKUP function. Yes. Now it will ask you the arguments. search key, lookup range, result range, missing value. So first you need to select the lookup value, which is this one, comma, select the cell, lookup range. I want to look up this range, employee name. I will select the range in this way, comma. Now you need to give the result range. What is the result range? I want to return the city. I will select the city. Now I will close the bracket. Now let me zoom in, guys. Here I have taken the lookup value, and this is the lookup range, and this is the result range, which is the output. Now once you hit enter, so this is the power of using the XLOOKUP function. Let's see Krishna Patel. Yes, it is perfect. Hyderabad Krishna Patel. So friends, this is how XLOOKUP function works. If you want to learn XLOOKUP function in detail, I have already uploaded one video on YouTube, which is XLOOKUP Masterclass. You can just watch the video. The link is given in the description below. So friends, with this we have completed the complete Google Sheet Masterclass. If you are preparing for interview or want to improve your skills, make sure you practice everything we have learned today. I have provided the practice file in the description below, so don't forget to download it. If you found this video helpful, do like this video, share and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.